Lo siento, señorito House, pero le he prometido a Ana no decirle nada más. Lady Churchill ha muerto, pero no se trata de esa noticia.
En cuanto recibí su noticia, me he apresurado a venir. ¿Ocurre algo? Supongo que...
Las dejo.
Yo le explicaré, querida Emma. Siéntese.
¿Algo desagradable, Ana?
En cierto modo, sí.
¿En cierto modo? Por favor, Ana, las dos detestamos los suspenses.
¿De verdad no lo adivina?
El capitán Weston me ha tranquilizado respecto a mi familia en Londres.
No se trata de su familia, sino de Frank.
¿Frank? ¿Le ha ocurrido algo?
Ha estado aquí esta mañana.
Debe haberle traído un asunto muy importante. Lady Churchill acaba de morir.
Ha venido a anunciarnos su compromiso con Jane Fairfax.
Jane Fairfax.
Comprendo su asombro. Se comprometieron solemnemente, en secreto, hace varios meses en Weymouth. Pero Frank no se atrevió a hacerlo público por temor a la reacción de Lady Churchill. Ya sabe usted el carácter que tenía. Pero cuando Jane se vino aquí, pues Frank vino siguiéndola. Hay algo poco noble en la conducta de Frank.
¿Por qué?
En su conducta hacia otras personas que probablemente albergan sentimientos hacia él. La noticia le será dolorosa.
Así lo creo.
Ay, pobre Emma. No sé cómo disculparme. Yo no sé cómo va a poder perdonar a Frank.
¿Perdonar? ¿Yo? ¿Por qué?
Pues aún recuerdo el día de la fiesta. Todos estábamos seguros de que entre Frank y usted... Pues,
Frank y yo. No, Ana. No pensaba en mí cuando hablábamos de que podían sufrir algunas personas con el compromiso de Frank.
¿De verdad no tiene ningún sentimiento amoroso hacia él?
Amistad, simpatía. Eso es todo, puede creerme.
Ay, gracias, Emma. Me quita una gran pesadilla. Ay, lo que he pensado antes de decírselo. Ay, el capitán Weston se sentirá tan aliviado y tan contento como yo misma. Ay, ahora comprendo tantos misterios. Porque Jane aceptó desesperada el empleo de la señora Elton cuando Frank se vino. Lo del piano. ¿Recuerda el viaje de Frank a Londres con el absurdo motivo de cortarse el pelo? Pero, de verdad, no le afecta la noticia. La veo preocupada.
Lo estoy. Hay alguien a quien le aguarda una gran desilusión.
¿Alguien?
Sí. A la pobre Harriet Smith.
¿Estaba enamorada de Frank?
Me lo confesó hace unos días, cuando el incidente de los mendigos. Frank intervino tan heroicamente que quedó impresionada. Pobre Harriet. Cuánto daño le he hecho con mi amistad.
Mr. Weston, is anything wrong?
Oh, 'tis all right, my dear. 'Tis nothing to do with what you're thinking. But Mrs. Weston would like you to come all the same, if you will.
Well, yes, of course I will, but can you not tell me?
I'd rather not, my dear, if you don't mind.
Oh, very well. One moment while I get my shawl. Mrs. Weston, what is it?
Please sit down, my dear. Thank you, my love. Emma, we have this morning received a wholly unexpected visit from my husband's son, Frank.
I hope you conveyed my very real sorrow at Mrs. Churchill's death.
Yes, of course, but You realize, do you not, my dear, that this will greatly alter his circumstances?
You mean he will inherit?
Well, yes, but... Emma, he came this morning expressly to speak to his father on another matter concerning his future.
Oh?
Oh, Emma, dear, I hardly know how to tell you this, but he has an attachment.
Indeed?
In fact, it would be truer to say that he is engaged to be married.
Mr. Churchill? To whom, pray?
To Jane Fairfax.
Jane Fairfax?
In fact, they were already engaged before he first came here.
Good God, you are not serious.
Ever since their meeting at Weymouth. Oh, please believe that neither his father nor I had the slightest suspicion of this ourselves until this morning.
Then how could he allow Jane to take a post as a governess?
Oh, Emma, he knew nothing of this. On that score, at least, I can acquit him. No doubt his persistent attendance of late on Mrs. Churchill had led Jane to question the wisdom of placing too much reliance on his loyalty. Hence the decision to take the post in Bristol. Poor girl. I fear she must have suffered very much to have taken such a step.
So, he was engaged all the time. Well, this is a circumstance it will take me at least half a day to think about before I can begin to digest it.
I do not wonder at your astonishment, or your anger. There is one aspect of his behaviour which neither his father nor I can ever forgive. I think you must know what I mean.
Oh, my anger, if I have any, is not for myself. Oh, I will not deny that when he first came I greatly liked him. Indeed, for a while I allowed myself to become a little attached to him. But that time is past, thank heaven. I hardly know how or why.
Oh, Emma. Oh, dearest Emma, I must embrace you.
Please, please, you must not exert yourself.
Mr. Weston will be so relieved. You see, it was our dearest wish that you two would form an attachment. Then to receive this news this morning, imagine our feelings.
Yes, I have escaped. But that does not acquit him, Mrs. Weston.
No, indeed it does not.
What right had he to come among us women with affections already engaged and manners so very disengaged?
You have every right to feel as you do, Emma. Nevertheless, I still feel that for you he had a very special regard. That much, I am sure, was genuine.
Yes, his behaviour toward me was certainly very marked. But how could Jane have borne it so calmly? To stand by while repeated attentions are made to another woman before one's face. Well, that shows a degree of detachment I can neither understand nor respect.
I think perhaps she did resent it, Emma. And that is why her manner towards you has always been so cool.
Perhaps. Then that I can understand, and I withdraw my imputation. But I am not thinking of myself. I am quite old enough and wise enough in the ways of the world to need no protection. Others are not. There are some more trusting than myself, less able to form cool judgments and therefore exposed to greater hurts.
Frank Churchill's aunt has died, taking him away. This strengthens Harriet's chances with him, since the aunt was sure to object. I continue in my efforts to make amends with Miss Bates. Though matters are not yet fully repaired, I feel that a renewal of our friendship is ahead of us. Above all, I am most gratified to say that could Mr. Knightley... Mr. Knightley... have been privy to my attempts, could he have seen into my heart, I think he would not on this occasion have found anything to reprove.
Frank is engaged. cannot believe it. So quickly?
Quickly. The engagement has been in place for some time. Emma, Frank has been secretly engaged to Jane Fairfax.
Good God. This cannot be the truth.
They've been engaged since October, formed at Weymouth through their friend Charles Dixon.
Mr. Dixon?
He kept it secret because he feared his aunt's disapproval. It has hurt both his father and me, most especially because of whom else it might hurt.
I cannot pretend that I do not understand what you mean by that. But let me give you all the relief in my power. There was a time when I was attached to Frank. Fortunately, that ceased, and for some time I have felt nothing for him.
This was my greatest worry. I'm certain you knew it was our wish you might be attached. Imagine what we felt on your account.
There is no need to worry about that. Although how could he have come here and treated me in this fashion? It is cruel, truly cruel.
Yes, dear, but I thought you said you felt nothing for him.
Yes, but he did not know that. He is benefiting from a very lucky coincidence.
Now, Emma, he's a good man, however wrong this action might be. Dear, might I entreat you to put Mr. Weston's heart at ease? He's been as worried about you as I. Could you let him know how glad you are for Frank to have found a girl of such steady character?
I do not know how steady her character can be, engaging herself to a man who pretends not to be engaged and then deceives attractive and feeling young women. Here is the luckiest father in all of England.
Thank you.
Father, it is with the deepest sorrow that I must inform you of the death of my aunt, Mrs. Churchill. She was carried off by a seizure early on Tuesday morning. I was glad to be with her at the last. As to the future, that seems at present uncertain. I shall visit you again as soon as I can.
Well, I'm heartily sorry for almost everything I said and thought about Mrs. Churchill.
Yes, poor lady. Very sad. So ill and everyone vexed with her.
Two interesting questions remain. Will she have left Mr. Frank Churchill enough money to make him independent? And given that, who will he marry now he is free to make his own choice? I gather that the stepfather is a very easygoing man and quite unlike his wife.
Yes. Who will he marry now he has his choice?
Harriet, I have reformed. My lips are sealed.
Woodhouse? Ah, Miss Woodhouse. Can you come to Randall's at any time this morning? Mrs. Weston wants to see you. Can you come?
Yes, of course. This moment, if you please. But what is the matter? Is she ill?
No, it's something else. Don't be impatient. It will all come out soon enough. Mrs. Weston will break it to you better than I can.
Good God, what? Something has happened to Isabella, to the children.
No, indeed. It's nothing to do with anyone by the name of Knightley. It is to do with... Come, walk with me. Mrs. Weston will not be easy until she has seen you.
What is it, my dear friend? Tell me at once. It will do you good to speak of your distress, whatever it is.
I will tell you, Emma. Frank was here this morning. He came to speak to his father on a subject. To announce an attachment. Emma, Frank is engaged to Jane Fairfax. He has been secretly engaged to her since October last when they met at Weymouth. It was he who sent the piano. Emma, he was engaged to Jane Fairfax before he ever came here.
What is the matter? I have no doubt at all. It was an offering of love.
An offering of love? You have convinced me. I believe it was.
It seems the engagement had to be secret. He had to deceive us all because he feared his aunt's disapproval.
Or feared she would disinherit him.
It has hurt me, Emma, very much. It has hurt his father, too. Some part of his conduct we cannot excuse.
Let me relieve you on that score at least. There was a time, I confess, when I liked him. When I liked him very much. And how it came to cease, I do not know, but you may believe me, I am safe. But his behaviour to her, and to us all. What hypocrisy, what deceit! Here we have been the whole winter and spring, fancying ourselves on an equal footing of truth and honour, and all this time he is... Oh, Lord, how shall I break it to Harriet?
Harriet?
What is it? Are you well? Is everything all right?
Oh, yes, do not be alarmed, Emma. I don't know how to tell you.
Isabella. Oh, the children. Knightley. Oh, tell me quick, please.
Oh, no. Oh, dear, Emma. It's Frank. Frank is engaged to Jane Fairfax.
Jane Fairfax? You are not serious.
There has been a solemn engagement between them since October, since they were at Weymouth.
Well, I think I might need a good half day to think about this. Engaged? To her? All winter, before either of them came back to Highbury?
I thought I knew him. This has hurt me deeply, Emma. And his father. We cannot excuse a certain part of his conduct.
But why did he come amongst us already engaged? And then pretend to be so very unengaged?
It all had to be so very secret, you see. Mrs. Churchill would have forbidden the liaison. Apparently there were times when the secret nearly came out.
Oh. It was a mistake.
And he was on the verge of telling you himself on one particular occasion.
In short, perhaps, Miss Woodhouse, as you know everything, you could hardly be without suspicion.
Oh, Emma.
Do not distress yourself. Do not trouble yourself on my part. I did once imagine myself to be in love with him. But I can honestly say that for many months past, I have not thought of him in that way. But I was not in love with him.
But how was he supposed to know that? How could Jane bear it, waiting for him and looking on while he gave attentions to another woman? No wonder she cannot stand the sight of me. It's so unlike what a man should be. No truth, no principle, no integrity. Badly done indeed. And moreover, what about Mrs. Smallridge? He allowed Jane to contract herself out as a governess without speaking up. Shame on him!
Now, I must excuse him that at least. He did not know. Jane agreed to take the position because she could not wait any longer.
I am fatigued, but it is not the usual kind.
And because they argued at Donwell.
I saw Jane Fairfax walking home on the way here. Madness in this weather, insane.
But as soon as he found out, and with his aunt no longer opposed, he threw himself on Jane's kindness and put an end to the months of misery.
Months of misery? Is that what we were? And here was I, thinking we welcomed him back to Highbury with openness and friendship. I suppose we must wish them both very happy.
What has happened?
Mrs. Churchill is dead.
Dead?
We always thought her illness was invented.
Emma. Frank was here this very morning on the most extraordinary errand. It is impossible to express our surprise. Frank and Jane Fairfax are engaged.
What?
There's been a solemn engagement between them ever since October. Formed at Weymouth and kept a secret from everybody.
What? Engaged? Before either of them came to Highbury?
Secretly engaged. Of course, had his aunt heard of it, she would have cut him off. It has hurt me, Emma, very much. It has hurt his father equally.
He sent the pianoforte.
He has confessed it.
Emma, you must know it was our darling wish.
No, not for me.